Okay, we're live and we're back. Hi, y'all. Oh my God, and look
Hi.
who is with us, Miss Daniela
Howdy.
Vega. Welcome to
Hello,
Allegedly.
everyone. It's very nice, very nice to be
Welcome to
here.
Allegedly
Uh, sorry,
NYC. How are you doing,
thank you
doll?
so much. Thank I'm
How's
here in my apartment in Santiago with quarantine, like everybody. Yeah. So I'm writing some poems and well, my stuffs,
yeah,
you know me very well.
staying occupied? How so Chile's locked down in quarantine now too.
Yeah.
Wow. And you have like a curfew there, right?
Not the yes, we have a curfew now. Well, the government style that the government style is in this government. It's like they think that we are in a war.
Right.
Uh, Curfew. It's especially curfew at night. It's something that I don't understand. But well, it's not my business. Um, but yes, we have in a quarantine in 7 different neighborhoods in Santiago, but not the whole country. So some people can travel, some people can walk on the streets, but in my case, in my neighborhood, we are in obligated quarantine.
Wow.
Okay. Is that because there's one area that is more infected than others? Is that what it is? Is that why there's curfew in some areas and not others?
The curfew, of course, is for the whole country.
Oh, okay, okay.
And start at yeah, the curfew it's every night and start at uh, 10 p.m. every night.
Uh,
So you can't go out your house because the army on the streets and with guns, with weapons
Wow.
and everything. So it's so scary.
So intense.
But yes, we're trying to uh, survive to this situation, this horrible global situation.
Yeah.
So
Well,
so it's very interesting.
yeah, it's an interesting moment in time. Well, right. I want to get more into that, and so we sort of had this beautiful conversation the other night, like about philosophy and how this can impact culture and art. But first, I want to take a little trip back to a better days when, uh, obviously, you're known for that insane moment in time that I was so thankful to be a part of your life at that time in 2018 when you presented at the Oscars and you
But you can tell to the people about that. I'm a little bit shy about my
oh,
my own
please
stuffs.
don't
So
be
you
shy.
can tell
I
to the
want to know
people
the
what's
whole
what's
experience.
happened with me two years and a half ago.
okay, well, if for those of you who don't know who have been living under a rock, Daniela Vega starred in the movie A Fantastic Woman, Un Mujer Fantástica, which
Gorgeous.
won
Such a
the
fan.
Oscar for the best foreign language film. And she also presented at the Oscars, which was historic and so insane. I remember watching
Your
you
dress is
on
gorgeous.
television.
That night changed my life. Of course, it changed my point of view of life in that moment. But my life been changing because I was a hairdresser in the beginning of my life and makeup artist. So for me, it was like a dream to make art, to be an artist. And in this country, the situation about transgender community was very difficult. It is now in this moment, but it's a little bit more easy now. Fortunately, now we have a law, and that law support us in some point.
Yeah.
Now you can change your name and your sex in your ID if you want,
Right. I remember
with
when
no lawyer.
you had returned to Chile after receiving the Oscar for the film and you were on television sort of saying like,
Fighting
yeah,
against the
that was
senator.
also a powerful moment. Like to come back from
Yeah,
that. I think you said something like, I came back to my country and I can't even have my own ID proper.
yeah,
But that's changed now. And you've been a huge part of that impacting that aspect
yeah,
of culture, which has been
yeah.
amazing. When you were making the film, were you aware that you were making something super special? Like what was it like during the creation? Did you feel like, okay, this is something special?
I mean, every single character is a new world, a new life to live, and a new body to acquire. You know, so something very special when you realize that you're living something that maybe another people lived before. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm a transgender woman, public transgender woman, but I feel very lucky because I like sex, you know, and for some transgender people, especially women, they are locked down in the moralism of the society. So it's something very complicated, especially in Latin America, you know.
100%, yeah. I remember we were saying, and I've been saying this with a lot of my girls who are of trans experience, that like now that we're all locked down, it's almost like not new for us. You know, our lives have always felt sort of locked down. We've always felt afraid of the outside world. We've always
emotionally.
Yeah. So we're sort of. I feel like we have been a little bit more emotionally prepared for a situation like this. You once said about the film that the film wants you to question where you stand in society. How do you think the film affected society, especially in Chile?
I think when you, as an artist, I think when you create something thinking about the result, it's a mistake. You know, I think when you create something, you are thinking about to do the job. I mean, to create this and anything that you're creating with quality. Then after you can think about how to communicate to the people and how they receive your work. But if you work for prize or to win something, it's not the correct way for me.
Oh my god,
you know?
Yes, I actually have
So
a quote of yours
when I was
about that.
when I was shooting the movie, I was very like, my compromise was to do exactly what they want about me, about my capacities as an actress. So I was very involved in the quality of the acting, of course, and learning, of course, because I am not a professional actress. You know, I've never go to the university, so my career is made by myself. So when you build your career with your own capacity, it's a little bit different because the tools that you have are a little bit less, you know. So you have to learn how to catch more tools, and if you're smart, you can catch tools in every single play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But did your life experiences and stories help with your tuning in with your character? You know, the director could go so far, knowing, the trans experience life. Did you have to have a lot of input as well with your, relationships and home life, everything?
In the beginning of the story, I was just a consultant, a cultural consultant.
Okay.
But then Sebastian, he realized that maybe I was able to act, to perform the character. So he offered to me to do the character, and I think that I was ready to explore this new world. But I mean, when I new world, I'm talking about this exposed, because I was working in the theater, singing the opera, or maybe some small movies, like short movies, whatever. But this was the first big job in my life with very important actors, chief actors. So for me, it's like an opportunity to learn. That for that reason, I'm always talk about vanity. You know, because
Yes.
when you're a vanity to learn, you're available to show what you know, what you can do. And I think it's very important when you are an artist or whatever you want to be, you have to be available to learn every day, and you need to take the off very, very, very away from you.
That's not easy.
Right. You once said, if you
Easy.
want to
I'm sure.
During our conversation, I keep referring to this conversation we had the other night, which was really like powerful. And you said, if you want to be a good
Yeah,
actress, you have to put your vanity away, because vanity is not a good friend. And I really love that.
vanity is a padlock.
Yeah.
Vanity is a padlock,
Mhm.
and when you walk in the vanity way, you are walking in something like you know this feeling like three-dimensional. When you are walking just in the vanity way, you are like in flat dimension.
Yes.
You know,
You're not getting
you
the
can
full
see all
spectrum.
you can see all the first layer. You
It's
know,
the surface, not the.
so it's very important to be conscious about what are you doing, what do you want to do, what do you want to share, what emotions you want to share with the people, and if you're available or not, change your own body or your own appearance, you know what I mean, if you want to do something beautiful, because vanity is not beside beauty. You know, vanity it's like it's something like a wrong way, especially when you are not, I mean, if you're a model, of course it's of course it's the correct way.
It's your job, yeah.
That's her
But
brand.
if
Job.
yes, but if you are an artist and you are all the time like, oh, you know, I mean,
So I have a question.
it's some
What
yeah.
so there's all this discussion, like at least here in the US, about like casting and about cis people playing trans characters and trans people not having the opportunity to play cis roles. I'm curious to know what's your view, because people think that, you know, when cis person plays a trans character, it sort of gives this bad impression to society. It makes people think that, you know,
Okay,
we're not who we say we are. So
got
I'm
it.
curious to hear your
I need
opinion.
I need 30 I need a napkin to dry my
Oh
face
my
because
god,
it's very hot here.
it's touch up time.
Just give me a moment.
Touch up
Okay, that's
time. I got my Fenty.
Hey, fancy. What do I have around
Girl,
me?
I got
Hold
my
on.
Fenty.
This is a wine stopper I never use because I don't stop.
Allegedly.
You know, there's people that have like wine cellars. How does that work out?
I have a dungeon.
We're live.
We're totes live with Daniela Vega from Santiago, Chile. How genius is this?
Girl, I'm like, who else can we call right now?
I mean, this is scandalous.
Is London up? Yeah, London's up. We're okay.
Oh my god, I had a virtual house party the other day, everyone. We should do an allegedly one. It was so fun. Like, literally.
Talking about vanity, I was looking for my red napkin because it's matching with my lips.
Oh my god. So, we also, during that conversation, oh wait, you still haven't answered the question about casting. About cis people playing trans roles and how it maybe seems like a lot of people talk about how that is detrimental to trans people's experiences in society and the way people perceive us, because it shows it's sort of like not a real representation of who we are in real life, and there are consequences to
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I know what you mean. Okay, this issue is, for me, I mean, I have two different opinions or positions about this. The first one is that, of course, in the history of the human being, I mean, in the history of art even, uh, transgender people was like hide, you know what I mean?
Right, hidden.
Transgender
Society.
body, transgender stories,
Yeah.
transgender stories would hide, you know. So it's something very interesting how the art world starts to recognize us as an artist. Talking about performing, I think as an actress, I think you have the right to perform whatever you want. The question is, why in the past transgender characters was made performed by cisgender people? And I think it's because the industry was different, you know. And now we exist, you know, for the world,
Right.
you know, for big audiences.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think you have the right to play the role that you want, you know. I mean, if somebody offered to me a male character, the script is very good, and I think I don't know, the story is interesting, I'm available to do that, you know. I am not afraid to change my body because a character is asking to change.
I've always loved that about you. I feel like you're like a character actress. Like you can transform.
I think it's because I've always in my life, I think the body it's a white fabric, and you can paint and you can create whatever you want in this white fabric, you know. So the body is not a cell, you know. The body is not a jail. The body is not a cage, you know. The body, it's more like the body is more like a white page, and you can create, you can paint, you can do whatever you want, you know. You're free to create. The point is how much characters are available for transgender people.
Right.
And it's
the opportunity,
and I think
to
it's
be given as well.
Opportunities, of course, opportunity, but to take the opportunity to make a movie, you have to take the opportunity first to learn, you know, to go to university, to pay the bills, to have a job that you want to do, you know. I'm talking about options. I'm not talking about obligations. And I think the society, not very far away, a few years ago, society with transgender people, they were like obligating to transgender people to be hide in the corner, and now our stories, our bodies, and our way to see and feel life, it's getting more interesting for the people because we are human.
Yeah.
And people now, and it sounds very strange. I mean, a human person saying that we are humans sounds strange, but
we have to,
in the
like,
past,
we have to like explain that to people. We exist. We're real.
in the past, we exist, but in the past, even that right to feel like a human
Yeah.
was prohibited for us. So it's something very interesting and something very new at the same time. So we are living a transition, not just because of coronavirus or the economic crisis. We're living a transition because we, as a society, we are discovering new feelings. We are discovering new flavors, discovering new ways to fall in love. We are discovering new horizons. You don't you don't need to know the world. You don't need to know you don't need to be dead to feel and think about that. You know, so that situation for me it's the empathy, and when you feel empathy to the others, can see you can see our differences are exactly our equality. I don't know if I'm explaining this very well in English, but
Perfect.
for me it's like if you go to the ocean or to the rainforest, you can see a lot of animals, you know, floating in the air or swimming in the water, and you never would see a fish trying to make a war to extermination the other fishes. You know, they live together.
They exist.
So for
They
me,
cohabitate.
so for me, diversity is our it's our most important characteristic as a humankind.
Yeah.
But for some people, it's important to uniform
Right, to just
the existence of the people.
not see difference. They're afraid of differences. Some people are afraid of the unknown. They're instead of seeing it as something
Why?
that's
The question is okay. If we talk about to be afraid, why they feel afraid?
they feel
They feel
threatened.
afraid because they don't know the reality, because they not experience with this new for that people, this new people in the world. We are living in the world since the first day.
Yes.
Yes.
You know, the point is that we were like hide. You know,
Hidden.
hide behind the moralism, and
Yeah.
especially the church moralism. So
I feel like you're kind of a pioneer in this next generation. Both of you are. As you know, you in music, and well, you know, you're acting as well. But like, I feel like your role in that movie, I kind of feel like was a stepping stone for the next generation of film and characters and going beyond the obvious and just being an actress, not just being a freaking actress, not no label, just being a fucking actress. And I think I you know, I don't know if that's a responsibility for you, but I feel like you're definitely a pioneer in that respect.
well, I don't want to I don't really feel like a winner because the victory is collective, you know. I mean, to be here talking about these issues, a lot of transgender people paid with life, you know.
Yeah.
So in the memory of that people, I'm always thinking and I'm always dedicating my success to that people, to the real pioneers. You know what I mean? We are pioneers.
Yeah.
In this page of the calendar. The calendar is not just one page. You know, so we are part of this story, or we are part of the history. But we are not the history. We are not the story. So for that reason, I'm always talking about vanity. When you think that you are the key who opens the door was there, you
Right.
know,
Yeah.
the door was there all the time, was there. So all of us, you and me, and the rest of the transgender community, in the past, we were knocking the door. Now we are crashing the door and go
What?
with no permission.
Yes.
We are not asking for permission. Not
Sorry, the audience went
Love
wild.
with our audience. Sorry, they're a little loud.
yeah,
Well, it's funny that we're talking about Pioneer and history because you were recently also in Tales of the City on Netflix, and you played a really important a character that was a part of an important moment in time. It was like a
yeah,
flashback to San Francisco and this fictional depiction
yeah,
of the Compton cafeteria
yeah,
riots. What was that experience like playing that role?
yeah. To finish the idea when we've been talking a few minutes ago, I know who I am, but at the same time, I know exactly who I am, who I'm not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's very important. And every single awards or prizes that have my name, they have just my name, you know. But I have the conscience to when I on stage and receiving receiving the love of the audience, I'm giving the love for all the transgender people who die trying to be themselves. And for that reason, I think it's okay. It's my name in this little statue, but it's just one name, and I think we deserve every single names in the walls of the world to recognize and to memorize how much people it's not here walking in the earth
Yeah.
because they pay the maximum fee to be a person. Because
Yeah.
when
It's
you
true.
when you take off, I mean, the word trans, you are first a person.
Yes.
And that's right, it's something that we not like not deserving,
Right.
Right.
you
Just to
know,
be
like
Right.
in alignment
be a
and
person.
with society. Yeah, I
Yeah,
always say, like, everyone talks about visibility and all these things, how it helps, but also the more visible we are, the more resistance we get. And there are the girls that are in the front line of that. And like you said, they're the ones paying the
yes,
price in the streets, out in society, living their truth and being crucified for it. So
Yeah.
there's so much.
Of course, it's always
yeah,
that throws the first stone that gets the most shit. You know.
yeah.
I'm
And
curious.
I think,
Sorry.
tell me.
So we're having this conversation about vanity and society's obsession with vanity and how it affects culture and art. And I'm curious now that we're going through this moment in time where I feel like vanity has sort of been taken away or like diminished right now. I feel like it's not really a priority in anyone's worlds right now.
Not at all.
Like, how do you
Not at
think
all.
moving forward, do you think that will be less of an issue? Do you think now is a time to sort of like move past this obsession with vanity? How do you think this moment in time that we're living is going to affect this topic moving forward?
Okay. I think in this particular moment, we are trying to survive again, and the cisgender people, it's now feeling the same that we're being feeling, the, you
Yeah,
know,
I can see
trying to
that.
survive
Right.
Yeah,
and trying to survive about another virus because we surviving about the ignorance, about the unfair, about governments against liberty of the people. So now and this is not a revenge, of course. I'm not talking about revenge. I'm talking empathy. I'm talking about to feel the same
Yeah.
and to realize that, oh my God, we are fighting against this virus, the whole world, and we are now afraid about our life. And we, as a transgender woman, we've been living that situations from the day one,
Yeah. This is nothing new.
So so it's something very sad when you realize that as a human being you need to taste the pain to know how it feels. And for that reason, empathy, it's a very important word, because if you feel empathy, you don't need to feel the pain to share the pain with the others.
Right.
So it's something very important for me, you know.
Interesting.
It's very
Well,
important.
before we head off, you have written your autobiography, haven't you? Which is called
Yes.
Rebeldia, Resistencia, Amor. What is this? Is like your mantra. You always use this
Woo!
phrase.
Beautiful.
You always
Beautiful
use
cover.
this hashtag. This is like your
Give me my
mantra, right?
address. I need one of those. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's like a mantra for me,
Yeah.
you know. And it's like a resume, you know, about my own life. As these three words are the pillars of uh, my place in the world, you know. Rebeldia means rebelliousness, and I rebel with myself, and then I rebel to the society. So rebelliousness is something very important for me. Resistance, it's something that I was needing to be rebel, you know, and to resist the noise of the society. And love, it's something that you need to recognize as the woman or the man that you are, you
Yeah.
know, not like the copy of somebody else. Who
Right.
you are and how you
Original.
feel your own existence.
Hmm.
So these three words, it's some people make tattoos with this, you
I
know.
want
So
to. Remember, I have to get one with your handwriting, though. That's what I'm getting my next tattoo to. With
Oh,
Danny's
that's
yeah,
fun.
handwriting. All right.
yeah.
Do you
Well,
wanna read a?
it's because we are very very close friends.
Oh my God, we are so close. We have had
I love
such
that.
Oh,
amazing times
I lose you. I
together.
lose you. I'm
I miss you
sorry.
so much. I'm so happy we at least can communicate somehow now with all this technology. Did you want to read a
Seriously, I
part of your?
haven't contacted this many people in so long.
I know. Do you want to read a part of your book
Yeah,
before we go, Danny?
of course, of
Okay.
course. I
Please.
need my glasses.
Okay,
Yes,
And
gorgeous.
we're right here. While you
okay.
do that, I'm going to drink some wine. Yeah.
Fancy.
Oh, yes. It's good lighting for me.
See,
What you
little
think?
light bulb.
I love lighting. Don't you like lighting?
I love lighting.
What am I?
Oh, oh,
Covering my little mist.
allegedly, allegedly, allegedly.
So you know what's funny? I'm watching Botch today.
Botched.
It's my background visuals, and not smart, not smart.
Like
Bro,
open
I think
nose job.
shitty. Oh my god, so many Botch.
All right. The mezzo soprano.
Oh, those
Yes,
are.
darling.
I think I
Oh
got
my God. Okay,
Okay,
story time. Tell us what we're
okay.
about to hear.
just to listening. My book is in Spanish, and I'm gonna read in Spanish. So if some people are listening or watching this, it's like a connection about our roots. I can translate for you some part of this, but this is a poem, so it's very difficult to translate a poem.
No,
you know.
Say how it's meant to be.
Yeah.
So well, this is the first part, and the title is El Ecuador.
Go on.
Ecuador is the country, who make the line between the north and the south hemisphere. So it's like just in the middle.
The equator.
Yes.
Yes, gorgeous.
La memoria como medida de tiempo. El instrumento de escritura es la mirada. Empecé a escribir primero con los ojos. Mis primeros años fueron de mucho observar, y los siguientes y los que vendrían después también. La infancia fue una conversación jamás abandonada entre la observación y el silencio. Una conversación a puertas cerradas, en que el silencio se transformó en el más agudo de los sonidos. Un sonido que jugó con la cadencia de una voz filtrada por el velo, y se derramó como una niebla que oculta el horizonte, el futuro, hasta donde volverse una presencia habitable. Habité el silencio para escuchar. Entendí el silencio y comprendí su música. Usé esa música para transformar los ruidos. Hice del sonido un oasis y de mis ojos una superficie impregnada de los colores que habitan conmigo el mundo. Convicción, movimiento, transición y vértigo. El cuerpo contiene la respuesta, como si yo misma fuera la pregunta. Los colores fueron un refugio, como si yo huyera de algo. El espacio fue una total incertidumbre en un tropiezo que se intuye y demora su llegada. Una tapia gastada por un tiempo esclavo del deseo. La madera, como todo, no habla por sí sola, sino a través de las marcas que se inscriben en ella en el calendario. Como todos, termina cediendo a la insoportable belleza de la luz. La luz queda en ella como el sol en nuestra piel. Sol y luz, que son memoria. Armar un palafito sobre una grieta. Insolencia que por asalto rompe estructuras para unirnos luego a otras, trazadas por la tiza indeleble que clavé en mi piel, que tatué por necesidad, por querer contar la historia. El poema de la unidad en la multiplicidad. De nuevo, la memoria. El tiempo es indiferente. El cuerpo, un archivo conquistado. Vengo de un largo proceso de exploración, de una adaptación física que emana de sí, de un simbolismo dentro y fuera de mi piel, para lograr ser para en forma y fondo de un trabajo personal e íntimo, cuya recompensa tomó la forma de una palabra: prevalecer. Me miré en el espejo, sin ropa y sin piel.
Oh my God, gorgeous! Thank you for sharing that. That is so beautiful.
Wonderful.
Where can people get your book? Can they order
Thank you.
online?
Yes, you can buy the book online, but we have the book just in Spanish in this moment.
Gorgeous.
We are working on the translation because it's a very poetic, so it's very difficult to do this. But it's exactly what I was feeling in the beginning, I was not trying to adopt something physical. I was trying to conquer my own body, because in the beginning you punished, your existence. You punish your body, you punish your voice, you punish everything. So when you realize that you are unique, you are the only one person in the world with this body, with this voice, with this bones, with this type, with this poetry, with this everything, you feel the nature, and the nature is diversity. Nature is full of colors.
Mhm.
So I want to invite the people listening this message. I want to invite to the people to see the life with colors, not black and white. I invite to the people to feel the colors as an answer to our own anxiety, because black and white, it's something interesting for movies and pictures. It's not a good deal when you are trying to feel your own existence and when you are connect with the rest of the people, because we are, of course, we are alone in this journey. But the interesting part of this journey is that you are alone walking with more people alone. And when you feel part of a society, or when you feel part of a group of person, is because you're not feeling alone anymore. It's because you now feel more of people with feelings and with emotions and hope in the future. I feel hope in the future. I don't feel I don't feel I don't feel I don't feel fear anymore. I don't feel fear anymore. And you know why I stopped to feel fear? Because I have not more fear in my body,
Yeah, it's been exhausted.
because society take my fear off,
Yeah.
you know.
It's gone.
Yeah.
Numb.
And
in
when
that
you
aspect.
feel naked, you can see everybody is naked. Everybody gonna die. Everybody fall in love one day. Everybody gonna sick one day.
Yeah.
Everybody is in the same sunshine, looking for the warm place to live.
Yeah.
And
1000%.
when you feel connect with your own words, maybe you can feel something magic. You can feel the life is yours, and if you are a rebel and you resist, then you can feel love about yourself and about the rest of the world.
Like that.
Oh my God, Danny! Thank you
I
for
love
joining
that. What a
us.
way
This
to
has been
wrap everything up.
such a treat, girl. Thank you for joining us on
Pretty epic.
Allegedly. Your words are so
Thank
powerful and empowering, and I'm really happy we get to share this
Yeah.
with our networks. And I can't wait to see what else you do, what else you're up to, and
I'll be following. And we
everyone.
need. And honestly, as someone, all the crew there, we honestly needed to hear that. So thank
Yeah.
you for being so, because I needed to hear that.
Thank you for sharing.
Well,
Thank
I think to you, to be available to listen my nonsense.
Oh, it's
Oh,
not
please, no,
nonsense.
this is really, really important. Everyone, get the book, go online, find it, Rebeldia, Resistencia, Amor. Follow the doll on all her social media platforms. Cheers. Like every other episode, we end with a freestyle flow.
You have a cup of
Girl,
tea. You have a
freestyle.
Oh,
Here's
it's
what
full
it's
of tequila,
Tatiana.
darling.
Tatiana.
What is
And
it?
First True Love.
First True Love by Tiana. Thank you, Danny. Ciao, everyone. Till next week.
Thank you.
Stay in tune.
Thank you so much. Take care. Don't go out.
Okay, don't go out. Stay home.
Stay
home and
Home.
and enjoy and
I've always wondered where you are. No
You're listening to Allegedly NYC. Allegedly.